Okay, so first thing we're going to do is actually take a look at SE2. August 1st, we have inventory 40 units that cost $10 per unit, which gives us a total of 400. Then we have August 8th purchase of 50 units at $11, so that's $550. August 22nd, we have a purchase of 35 at $12 a piece, so $420. So we have total goods available for sale in the month of August of 125 units with the cost of $13.70. So also during this month we have two sales. On August 15th we sell 45 units and August 28th we sell 25 units. And the ending inventory at August 31st is 55 units. So the reason this is key is because it tells us what our number needs to equal. So we know at the end of the day when we're calculating the inventory value, we have to have 55 units. So this problem asks us to assume that inventory consists of 30 units from August 8th purchase and 25 units from August 22nd. So let's take a look. So what does that say to us? That tells us two items. We can calculate the ending inventory. Now remember, up top it told us that it had to equal 55 units. So ending inventory tells us that on August 8th we still have 30 units of that available. So hold on, I'm just going to copy my totals here. We have 30 units of that available. And remember, on the 8th, we purchased at $11. So our value in inventory of that is $330. And then on August 22nd, we have 25 units of that available. And we purchased that for $12 a unit. Therefore, the value of that is $300. So our total ending inventory value is $630. So you say, okay, well, great. How do I know that that's right? How do I check that? Well, the way we check that is to know that our number of units left over equals our 55 units, which it does. So what type of inventory item is this? What are we calculating here? And what we're calculating is specific identification. They're telling us specifically 30 units are left. So somehow we sold the August 1st items, and then we sold some in each of the remaining purchases. So now what's left is we need to calculate the cost of goods sold. So let's set it up in the same manner we set it up before, which the book provides us. We have units. So let's copy our dates here. So since this tells us we have 0 items from August 1st left over, we know all of these things are applicable. So we sold these 40 units at $10 a piece, costing us $400. Now we actually sold some of August 8th. So we take a look. We do the purchase of 50. Oh, sorry about that. We do the purchase of 50 less the units we have left over gives us 20. So 20 units of the 8th purchase we have. And then, and then we also have some of the 22nd purchase open. So let's take a look. Let's do the same thing. We would do equals the 35 units we bought less the 25 we have in ending inventory gives us 10. And then we purchase them for $12. So our total cost of sales, goods sold, comes out to be $740. Cost of goods sold. So remember, this method is for specific identification. And this is where we start. Specific identification is the easier of items because it tells us which ones we're looking at. So any questions on this, please let me know. Shoot an email, post a comment and such regarding this. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to take a look at SE3, and it says using the data, calculate the cost of ending inventory and cost of goods sold according to the average method. Round to the final answer to the nearest dollar. Okay, so this is SE2. We're going to do SE3 over here. So this is the average costing method. So taking a look at the average costing method, we know we have 55 units remaining at $630. Right? So remember, we've already solved for part of this problem. So we know we have 55 units remaining, but we don't know the cost of it. So we're going to have to take a further look into that and see what we're looking at here. So we have the 55 units remaining. So the first thing we need to do is figure out the average cost. So using that, we'll do the goods available for sale that we had in the original problem, 125, and the total price was $13.70. So we have the $13.70 and we have the units. So the average price is the total price divided by the units, which gives us $10.96 per unit. So per unit cost. So since we know our ending inventory, sorry about that, our ending inventory is 55 units. We can figure out our total cost of ending inventory. Units, price per unit, equals our average price, and the total equals the 55 units times the average price. So this is the ending inventory balance. And then our cost of goods sold is our 125 units less our ending inventory, which is 70 units, at the same cost of $10.96, and it equals $76. Now the book told us to round, so we're going to round, and the cost of goods sold balance for the month is $767. So that's taking a look at the average cost. Let's take a look at FIFO now. Oh, hold on. Let me go back for one quick second. The way to check and see if you've included all of the units is to total up the amounts. It should equal the goods available for sale. And then also total up the units that you have for each of them. And that should equal the total units available for sale. So now on to SE4. Let's take a look at FIFO. So remember, FIFO, first in, first out. So what does that mean? The oldest items were sold first, right? So we have available for sale of $13.70, and of that we have basically sold 70 units. And how do I know we sold 70 units? Because in the end we had 125 goods available for sale and we ended up with 55. So first thing we do is do ending inventory. First in, first out means we need to figure out what is left. So first in, first out essentially means you start at the bottom. So let me copy this. Let me copy this and put this down. So ending inventory. So how were they sold? When were they sold? Matters to us, right? So let's take a peek at this. So we sold we sold 70 units. So those 70 units are first in, first out. So here's what we do. We would sell our August 1st item, August 1, and we have 40 units at $10 at the cost of $400. Then we would go on to sell August 8th. So remember, this is sold 70 units. We would go on to sell August 8th. And do we sell all of August 8th? Looking at this, we have 50 of them, but again, we only sell 70 units, so our total needs to be 70 units. So we take a look, we do 70 minus the 40 we sold from the August 1st inventory. So we only sold 30 units. And of that 30 units, again, the cost does not change. So here's what we sold. We've sold $730, which is our cost of goods sold. And where did we get that? We got that from first in, first out. So the August, you basically go down. August 1st, sold. August 8th, depending on the number, could be sold. In this case, it's partially sold. And then we have this. So what do we do here? So basically, to get our inventory value, here's what I do. I do our inventory value, and I do minus what we say we have in ending inventory, and then minus what we say we have in ending inventory, and I come up with the value. We have all of this because we say we didn't sell any of it. So we do, oh, sorry, this plus this. Oh, we sold 0 of these. So we do this plus this, and vice versa. So our ending inventory value comes out to be $640. Now, how could you do that differently? If you don't like that approach, here's how you do it differently. You can then do ending inventory. We know we have, from our dates, we know we have 0 units of August 1st inventory, so we ignore that. August 8th, we only have 20 because we have 50 less the 30 we've sold. And remember, those were all priced at $11. And then we actually didn't sell any of the August 22nd, so we have all of those units, and that is the ending inventory value. Now, you can use either method as long as you can identify to me which amount, what the cost is. So basically, the fact that you have 20 units, the cost is $11, and that costs $220 in the ending inventory value. You can use either method. So for the final one, let's take a look at SE5. And we're going to take a look at LIFO. So remember, LIFO is the opposite of FIFO. So last in, last out. And what that means is you go from the bottom up. So cost of goods sold. You have sold, and let's just, for our purposes, copy the original item. Again, just so we can see it all on one screen. So we have this. So your cost of goods sold, you remember, still sold 70 units. None of this changes, 70 units. You go from the bottom. So we're going to take this. We're going to say August 22nd, we would have sold all of these units. Why? Because it's greater than, it's less than 70. So then we say that we have 70 units left total to sell. We've already sold 35. So in the end, on the August 8th, we would have sold 35 of those units. And then we figure out the cost per unit. And our total cost of goods sold for the month is $805. With that being said, our ending inventory would be, we take a look, we have sold, let's go from the bottom, we have sold all of our August 22nd. August 8th, we have sold 35 of those units. And then August 1st, we sold none of those units, so we would have all of that there. Questions on this? If you have questions as you go through it, please let me know. Ending inventory value is $565. Once again, please let me know questions, throw them out, throw them in emails and such. And if I see a lot of people having the same questions, I can certainly post that, post a comment in the comment section about this. So again, remember, as you're calculating all of these different values, the number of units does not change, the total available for sale doesn't change, and the ending inventory units does not change. It's just a matter of what the cost you sold and what the cost you still have on hand is. So once again, any questions, please let me know and such. And I will, the next video you'll see will be Chapter 8 PowerPoint slides. So thank you.